Hello? Hello, very good morning to you. Happy Thursday, and welcome to today's live stream. We're back in the Dauphin. We're going to do a flight out of Casemont Aerodrome with some OnAir company as we take on some search and rescue missions if we can. We're also going to be checking out the updates that OnAir have brought to the companion app. And I'm very excited to show you these because they're only deadly. So how is your Thursday going? I've been flat out. I'm up since that time, right? And I've been very busy. And then I said, oh, look at the time. I might be running a little bit late, but it's grand, right? We're here now, nothing to worry about. We're also going to be planning our VATSIM flight for this evening as we ramble on over to Bogota, Colombia. That's going to be a bit of crack. We'll take the Max out for a spin, right? And what else did I get up to? It's 16 degrees only in Tipperary, and the cat is in the cat spot over there. She's not in front of the camera. So yeah, it's going to be one of those days, I would say. And well, let's see what happens, shall we? Do you know? We were checking out. I'm very pale looking or something. Me lighting's off. Oh, that one's too bright. Hang on now. You know, hang on. I'll fix this. Don't you worry about it now. Oh, how's that looking? Oh, I'm positively gone. Jesus. Right now. How's that looking? No, you still look like a Muppet. We can turn it. No, don't turn it off. Now I'm very red. I reckon 47. Yeah, we'll go with 47. But anyway, yes, all happening now. We were flying the Bandeirante version 2 last night, the Embraer 110. And the developer actually reached out to me. He dropped me a message over on Discord saying, Murph, thanks for showing it off and for the feedback. And he's actually working on a lot of what we brought up on the stream, which is great to see. I love when developers actually see what's going on in the community when people are using this stuff. Because really, at the end of the day, I mean, it is the community that kind of drive everything behind this hobby. And we create that sense of demand, the excitement, at times the frustration, but 'tis us. We are the driving force. So it's great to see when developers actually realise, oh, hang on, you know, what does the community think? It's very good. But anyway, as always with our daytime streams, you might be new to flight sim, you might be new to aviation, you could be just having issues, you could be a seasoned veteran, doesn't matter. If you have any questions about the sim or what it does or what you can do within it, we'll always be sure just to ask the question. I'll try and answer it. If I know the answer, I'll answer it. If I don't know the answer, I'll give you something completely different, but I'll come back then with the real one. Eventually, you know, it could take some time. But anyway, the Teog's hangar, the SA365 Dauphin and the HH65 Dauphin, which we'll probably ramble into next week, this is just, I'm having a ball with this. I'm loving this. So today we're going to be taking a flight from Bal. As I said, there's going to be some on-air missions, and we'll see, we might get a ramble up to Donegal because I want to go through its autopilot features. So even though we use kind of the trim release, the aircraft is very good at keeping itself level. We can also use the autopilot for things like, you know, go VS mode, we can go ground speed, we can go heading mode, we can go GPS. There's a couple of options that we can interact with when it comes to using the autopilot, and it's very good. It's genius, you know. So that's what we're going to be doing. Driver says it's stormy here in Toon. Oh wait, in Troon. Where's Troon? Must be coming from Ireland. Right. Our weather, I don't know, it's cloudy like, but it's not like windy or anything, you know. It's grand. It's a Thursday. It's a day to be indoors. And then the missus told me, very importantly, on Saturday, there is rugby on all day from about 8 o'clock in the morning till about 10 o'clock at night. So I was swiftly told, you're on your own. I'm watching me rugby. Yes, dear. Yeah, of course. So that means I'll have to get ahead of myself. So I either want to, you know, do the shopping tomorrow or I go out on my own on Saturday. I can't be trusted doing the shopping, lads. It's bad enough when I go with the missus to do the shopping. Are you like that? Oh, we need this. What is it? Don't know. You put random stuff in the shopping trolley, then you get to the till and they're like, do you want us to stop? Yeah, right. That's me. I can't be trusted. And then you go, like, you could be hungry. First thing in the morning, go straight down to the shops. You'll buy ridiculous things and then end up like a Buddha at the end of the day, sitting there going, oh, Jesus. Right. Or is that just me? Could be just me. But anyway, Eamon 1973, good morning to you. Hope you're well. Malky's in the house. Billy, welcome in. Crafty Tigers is here. D White checking in from Sligo. Good to see you, buddy. 98 Vulcan, a very good day to you. Hope all is well. Golf Alpha Tango Victor Lima. Welcome aboard. Phonetic, right, brilliant. Very happy Thursday to you, Crafty. Hope you're well, bud. Toto2495, he says, morning all. Not jealous at all. I'm here at work. Don't be jealous, it's grand. Use this as motivation to get your day cleared down as quickly as possible. And then this evening, you can go flying. They're brilliant. And the good news, Thursday's a great day. Friday's like the start of the weekend. Thursday is like, you're fixing to get ready. Right. You're preparing to prepare. It's a great time of the week, and it tends to be one of my, well, I say productive days, but I do a lot on a Thursday. Thursday is probably the longest day, hours-wise, of my week, because I usually start at around 7, and I'll probably finish at about 3. Now, I don't mean 3 in the afternoon. I mean 3 the next morning, because I'd be busy on a Thursday night. You see, time zones are a divil, lads. But yeah, that's what I'd be doing. It's a long old day, but it's a very productive day. I love it. Thursdays are great. Airwolf is here. Good to see you. Spitfire RF 100 is here in the chat. Good morning. Hope you're well. Stu Snape is here. I'm already feeling sorry for the poor souls you were trying to rescue. Yes, they be grand. The simulated horror. How are you, young fella? Right. But Stu, I hope you're well. I was watching On The Line. He's a Twitch streamer. He cycles around London on a bicycle. And I came up on the phone, On The Line is, click on this. And what's the first thing he did? He went straight into Greg's and got himself a breakfast baguette thing with bacon. Ah, Jesus. Right. I haven't had breakfast. I don't usually eat breakfast. But now I'm all like, we need Greg's. Right, it's important. So Stu, Stu, we need to have an old chat because you're from that locale. There's going to be quite a few of us at Bristol. Looking at the numbers here on Discord, I think there's over 30 of us all together going. So I need to figure out decent places in which could accommodate us on the Friday or Saturday for the lovely pints and social crack and all the jazz. So biggish pubs, maybe choice of food, that kind of thing. So, we'll have to see what the story is. But anyway, Airwolf, good to see you, bud. Hope you're well. The Impossible Face. Windy and rainy as balls. I can't be going out in this. Oh, no, stay inside. It's safer. Crafty says, so far, no power here and running the Jenny since the storms began. It still feels mild. Mid-30s. Jesus. But yes, driver, hope you're well, buddy. Quokka is here, good day. Troon is a few miles from Prestwick. Ah, thank you, Malky. Troon. That's an interesting name. It's awful here and I have to go off in 3/4 of an hour. The Impossible Face. Stink Weasel, good to see you. Ask anything, eh? What is the maximum speed of an unladen ground squirrel? Is that an African squirrel or a European squirrel? What was the other one? It was a bird, wasn't it? But yes, Memphis Don, good morning. Just Roy, you're very welcome aboard. Big Al is in the house. Good to see you, man. Very good evening to you. Perpetual Omega, good morning. Hope all is well. You're very welcome in. Norse Viking Gaming, my dude. How's it going? MDA is here as well. Even though, Jesus, the man can multitask. MDA, I was there lurking on your stream. I do watch a lot of MDA. If you aren't following MDA 009, there's something wrong with you. Right, MDA just be messing around with what's it called? Star something. What's it called? What's that shagging thing called? Star Citizen. There it is. Star Citizen. MDA just be there, but he's not just there doing the grind and whatever. He does that, but he helps people. He shows off the game. He does giveaways and he does all sorts. So if you're thinking about getting into Star Citizen, just follow MDA 009 because it's just amazing. I'm always lurking there. You've turned into me local jam. Hashtag on MDA. The lads will be talking some sort of shite. We'll get on with them. Yeah, brilliant. Right, love it. But very, very welcome aboard. Big Al says, I'm getting better with the Dauphin autopilot. It's awesome. It's a little bit tricky, like with the real world aircraft, with the trim release, and when a pilot then wants to take over, there is feedback in the cyclic, so they know kind of when, this is where it needs to be at in terms of resistance. So like the chopper doesn't immediately jolt. They get used to it and all that, Stu says, did you hear there's now a Greg's at Tenerife Airport? Which one? Tenerife North or South? I've already been thinking of places just in case you ask me that very question. Good man, Stu. See? Great minds and things. Brilliant. Star Citizen, yeah, that's the one. Not of any interest, but just want to throw something in. Anywho, currently flying the A350 at flight level 400 above Turkmenistan. Started at Singapore, is it? Interesting. But yes, Roy, hope you're well, bud. You're not into the choppers, Roy, no? Angry Bee, good morning. Oh, Tenerife South. Yeah, that's the nicer one. Simblitz is here. Good morning. My dude. Jesus, lads, it's all happening now. Huh? It's so... Simblitz is so funny, right? So we have... I have to show you. Hang on. Hang on now. I'm still here. You're going to think this is terribly funny and terribly sad, but I have to show you because this is what goes on in my house, right? So we have kitchen roll over here in Ireland. If you can, hang on, can you read that? It says Blitz. Look at it. It's branded with Blitz. So I'm always saying to the missus, give me some Simblitz there. What? Simblitz, it is Simblitz. Now, I'm not trying to refer to you as kitchen roll, you see, but the name... I mean, we could go the other direction, but the Europeans wouldn't be happy about it. Right. But, look... It says Blitz on the paper. So there we go. Brilliant. This won't look suspect at all. Why does Murph have like rolls of kitchen roll in his man cave? Let's put it over there out of the way. Now, there's that sorted. But yeah, pretty bad, isn't it? The wife was like, what are you on about? Simblitz. Yeah. Australian Simblitz. She gets it. But anyway, hope you're well, buddy. You're very welcome in. But yeah, Tenerife South, Tenerife North, it's gas. I went to Tenerife years ago. Did I ever tell you this story? We went to Tenerife. This will tell you exactly when. I couldn't tell you what year. It's when Russia invaded Georgia. Yeah, do you remember that now? The late unpleasantness. Overnight, yeah, right. Up to no good. But what was it? We went to Tenerife and we rented a car. And I had the car impounded. No, the car was impounded by the cops. And I went up and I tried my Irish charm and no, it didn't work. Had to pay the release fee. Stupid thing. But we drove up to Mount Tieda, or Tida, whatever way you pronounce the volcano. It was like literally going to Mars. And as an Irishman, I would know because, well, we invented Mars. But anyway, we went up to Tieda and then we said, sure, listen, we'll do an L circuit. Tenerife isn't that big, so we'll do a lap of the island, which we did. And it was gas because as we were driving further north, the climate completely changed. Rain, wind, we're like, what? It went out of nowhere. And then we came back down south again and it was absolutely grand. Yeah, right. So that's Tenerife. So if you ever go to Tenerife, be aware of that. The southern part, which is a little bit more loud, is the better weather. And then you can go out to Algomera, out the side, do you know? Where is this now? No, unfortunately, not doing well now. We'll get over it sometime. Don't want to be an idiot, but it feels like it. You can ignore the message. Roy, not at all. Listen, I mean, that's why we're here, man. Life throws things at us, usually when we don't expect it. So mental health is a big thing. And we're not using poor old Roy as an example, but we kind of are, because mental health is a big thing. And it's something that I've been like shocking aware of it since transitioning from what used to be my full-time job into this, which is now my full-time job. Because I used to carry the weight of the world on my shoulders in my little, mind. Right? Worried about what people are thinking, what people are saying, how I'm going to do this, the challenges and yada yada, noise, right? And then you say, right, well, how do you break that? How do you get away from that? Because we all suffer from it. We all get that, Jesus, it's raining again. We all get that feeling. But a couple of things I would do, what I recommend for people. Number one, and you might think I'm mad, turn off the news. Forget the news. Current affairs and what's going on and all. Turn that shite off. You don't need that in your life. You cannot impact it in any way, shape or form, so just ignore the shagging thing. Every newsreader, every shagging news station, it's negative. It's bad news, it's toxicity, we don't like this, we're going to trick you into that. Just turn it off. You don't need it. If something is big, very big, then by all means have a look at it. Or look at it maybe once a fortnight. Turn off the news, it's not good for you. And also social media. Which is funny coming from this idiot who does content. But social media, filter out all the crap, because it'll either put you in a bad mood because you're watching videos and it's suggesting, hey, here's a fight, or here's a crash, or here's a fella arguing, or that's all negative shite. Get rid of it. You don't need that. And I'm not trying to, rose petal glasses and start hugging trees and all this, but you'd be amazed what mental health impact, if you like, is out there. And then to kind of wrap up all of that, we have a community. And when you say we have a community, we literally have thousands of people, thousands of them, right? There's someone there for everyone, and who care about you. They care, they genuinely care. So even if it's a comment, it's a hello, that builds repetition. People then become comfortable in that environment and they say, hang on a second, sure, the lads are going to be doing this, we'll jump in and we'll do it. It's so vitally important. So, try not to worry about it. It's easy to say, don't worry about it. But once you change to say, I don't need that in my life, I don't need to be listening to this negativity, I couldn't care less about what the government are doing about it, you have no impact on it. We are passengers in this, right? Unless, of course, it gets to boiling point and we grab our pitchforks. But otherwise, we're shagged. We just sit back, right? And we focus on the things that make us happy. Be that with aviation, because we have the entire planet to explore. We've aircraft to learn. We've hardware. We've all the tech behind it, right? We've all the different communities. There's so much going on there. And then just whatever choices you have in your life, when it comes down to what are you going to be doing? What is it? You're in control of the next hour. This is your time. What are you going to do with it? Only ever do the things that make you happy. Sounds weird, but it's not. Oh, I have to clean the house. No, that's not your time. Only do the things that make you happy. If you find yourself falling into the trap of you're doing this crack with all this, well, filter out and only have the positive stuff you want to be seeing. Motivational things, happy things, funny things. You know what I mean? We all fall into this trap. We never got training for this, lads. And that's the thing. Kids today are grand. But they won't be later on in life. But at the moment, they're grand. We never got training. So we have to react to this. Why am I being subjected to all of this? And why... Do you know what I mean? So filter it out. Take control of it. Yes, we're in charge now. Shag them. Don't literally, but you know what I mean. But anyway, that's my rant of the day over. We're here to fly helicopters. And let's see what happens. Just see what happens. The weather. Well, it's Ireland. It could be raining, could be snowing. Also a heat wave in a drought whilst being flooded all at the same time. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, right? But anyway, where are we now? We're over here. We're all a big family here. We are, though. We are. It sounds like the UK, doesn't it? Funny enough, Tenerife North is prone to fog. Wasn't there a terrible accident up there? Wasn't there a terrible accident in Tenerife? Did two aircraft hit each other on the ground or something? Jesus, I think there was. But anyway, Free Bro, good to see you. Welcome from the Netherlands. The only news I refuse to turn off is Wednesday streams. I'm sure the wallet has a different opinion, though, right? I'm Piers. Good morning. Hope you're well. Snick Snack is here. How does the Dauphin fly compared to, say, the Apache and DCS? Also, how is Microsoft Flight Sim 24? It's been so long since I last flew in it. It was a mess. Well, Snick Snack, you're very welcome in. The Dauphin is very unique. If you were to compare it to something like the Apache and DCS kind of goes a different direction when it comes to the flight modeling characteristics specific to that airframe. What we have with the Dauphin, real pilots have been part of Teox Hangar's development of it, so they're able to give their inputs and say, it does this, it shouldn't do that. So when it comes to like systems and the sounds and that kind of immersive feeling that, Jesus, I'm doing something, it's absolutely there. What makes it quite unique is because it uses the AFCS so well, it's these auto augmentation stability control stuff, right? Because it relies heavily on that with the twin turbo mecha engines, and of course you have the physics of the Fenestron tail, right? Your 11 blades inside the Fenestron tail, and of course the rotor, which is a Starflex rotor component, gives you less kind of shakes and vibrations and stuff. And it's the French connection, meaning that, well, when the rotor spin, you actually rudder right as opposed to left, just like the Apache. You know what I mean? Hello. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of that, yeah. I'm very talkative today. Did you see me text? Oh, man. Thanks very much. That's the young fella there now. Oh, to be a student. you know. But it's very, very good. Flight Sim 2024 just received its latest update, 5.1. It is the most stable the sim has ever been. Ever. I would even hazard to say this has been more stable than even 2020. So if you have it, I would give it a shot. Give it a shot. If you're into helicopters, it's a no-brainer. If you're thinking about getting into helicopters, I recommend start with this. The reason why, it's because it is so stable in the air. And that gives you time then not worrying about, Jay, you're right, you worry about the systems and you can learn more about it. Taogs have done a great job. KLM captain had go-around fever. They hadn't cleared to the runway. Gee, yeah, there was a something. 1977, worst aviation disaster to date. Jesus. Yeah, I thought I heard something up there, you know. Love to take it for a spin in VR. Yeah, Simblets, I need to do the same. Because I have to do VR stuff very soon, and I literally haven't had time, but I will. This is a great chopper. We'll jump into it here now. We'll go through it, and I also want to show you the changes from OnAir, because it's brilliant, you know. Tenerife North was a major driver in why you don't state ready for takeoff, but ready for departure. Jesus. I remember hearing something up there. I saw a plaque and all this. It was nuts. Kubi Montana, good morning. Big Al is over on the tube. Good to see you there as well. Michael Aviation, what's up? Isn't it an old H160? No, it kind of looks like it. Airbus took over Aerospatiale and then Eurocopter. And they had designs when it came to the H160, where it was kind of an evolution of the airframe, if you like. Do you know? JP Gaming's in the house. Good to see you. Graham Allen is here. It's cloudy and breezy in Donegal town. Ooh.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
We're heading up that neck of the woods, so we'll see what happens. Let me see here now. Golf, thank you very much indeed. 5 months, buddy. Cheers, man. You're very kind. Right. Buttons, look. Come on over here now, hey. Jesus, we have choppers with us. This is great. Tighten up the microphone. Oh, Jesus, I nearly fell. Right, now, here we go. So here is a Dauphin. And as I said, with this, you get 2 variants. You get the Dauphin, which is this, and you get a couple of different variants of the Dauphin: short nose, long nose, utility, VIP, yada yada. And then you get the HH65A, which is specific to the Coast Guard, the US Coast Guard, and it features slightly different main panel, different avionics. It has a 4-axis autopilot as opposed to a 3-axis autopilot. Different engines, they kind of behave the same, but slightly less range, funny enough, but way more lifting power. Right? Interesting. Yeah, Roy, mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad. Did I watch a documentary on it? You know, there's like seconds for disaster, but this was a disaster. They kind of did a readout in it. You know what I mean? So what we have here, before we get going, we've Navigraph. Here we are in Ireland. That little place that everyone knows about, but rarely visits. And we're on the ground here at Casement Aerodrome, Baldonnell. The scenery is from the legend himself, Jeppesen 2001. It's freeware scenery, and it is the most accurate rendition of the Irish Air Corps main base, and it's for free. You can pick it up on our website. I grew up here. I was born, well, up the road, but I was, you know, the whole life started for Murphy here, from the age of 0 to 18. And then I came down to Tipperary. Jesus. Right, it was a long way, but I grew up here, and as a kid, every day after school, I'd be dropped at the main gate, I'd walk up to the ramp, and I would literally stand over here. I'll show you exactly where I stood, because there's a big floodlight, and see this thing that Jet made? That was just like a barrier. It wasn't a big concrete post, and I used to sit inside the barrier, put my arse up against the back of the fence, and I would literally sit here for about 3 hours before, you know, my mum would call me to say, get down for your dinner, and burst you, as mothers do, you know. But Jess, and I'd sit up here and I would just watch the ramp all day. And you'd have back then, of course, you had the Dauphins, Alouettes, Gazelle helicopters, Fuga Magisters, you had the Cessnas, Reims Rocket, you had the Marchetti Warriors, the 2 Kazas. You'd often see the CN235s come in. The odd time you see the King Air, the odd time you might see the Gulfstream. This was my introduction to aviation. And then, you know, during lunchtime, I'd be playing football with the lads during the summertime, all the pilots. And of course, all the pilots used to be down in the officers' mess, right? And of course, we lived just outside the officers' mess. So here's the officers' mess, right? There's the Bremen Bar. That's why we have the Bremen Bar, right? Because it's named after the Bremen Bar. And here's my house. I lived here, right there. So you can kind of see my proximity to where all the crack was up the road. Jepson even put in a Skoda for me, look. Isn't that brilliant? Ah, Jesus. Right? Brilliant, isn't it? But that's where I used to live. And I'll always remember, this is a new gadget they built. That wasn't there when I was there. It's a range or whatever. But I'll always remember our sitting room window was back here, right? And there was windows on the sides. And I'll never forget, I was in watching telly, Keenan and Kel or whatever we watched as kids. And I heard this shaking. You know the scene out of Black Hawk Down when your man is looking at the water and the water's doing the whole shaking? Well, that, right? It could have been water. Knowing me, it was Sedona or something back in the day. But anyway, I said, what the hell is that? And I remember I stood up to the window and looked out, and here was a fleet of Black Hawk helicopters coming in. And it was the time when Clinton, I am not here, when Bill Clinton came to visit Ireland. All his entourage, if you like, they all flew into Bal. So I did what everyone else would do. I got onto my bicycle, cycled up to the ramp, and then I was met by these ginormous American soldiers. They were huge. How are you, lads? You can't be here. I live here. You can't be here. Okay. Right. But all the stuff came in, and they Sikorsky's and all this as well. They're unbelievable, right? But anyway, this is my attachment to Casement Aerodrome Baldonnel. There's a lot of history here. This is also where the first ever flight of a fixed-wing aeroplane from the east to the west across the Atlantic Ocean happened. That was the flight of the Bremen. That's it here. It's a Junkers W-33 aircraft. It flew in 1928, a year after the famous Spirit of St. Louis, which at the time, it was considered an easier flight, the Spirit of St. Louis, because they had the winds, right? He had the winds at him. The Bremen, they had to go against the wind. So this was considered absolutely friggin' nuts. And of course, there is an out plaque in Baldonnel as well for the Bremen, right? So, were these houses built for personnel? They were officers' quarters, or as they used to call them, married quarters. So, James Fitzmaurice, funny enough, lived in the house we lived in many moons before that. There's 6 houses, 6 bungalows, and they were for married quarters. Right, and then across the way, then you had you had officers' quarters for pilots and whatnot. Then you had like the apprentice hostel, that was for the apprentices. Apprentices would go on to work on aircraft mechanics and avionics and all the jazz. Right, now it's a military installation, so there's common sense will prevail where certain things are and whatnot. But everything that you can see here is already in the public domain. So there's nothing sensitive about this. Do you know what I mean? Even though the Air Corps, we can't be showing this because they're still waiting for the fucking Germans to invade. But anyway, you have a church here. The Lady of Loretto Church. I used to be an altar boy in here. What? Right? I was on the telly once as an altar boy in the hangar. That'll tell you my claim to fame. Fame. But the church here, beautiful little church, and there's a monument here. I forget the year, but this was unveiled at the time by President Mary Robinson, who I got to meet a couple of times. And the year I was on the telly as an altar boy, me, my brother and me mate, the 3 of us. Do you want to be on the telly, lads? Ah, yeah. All right, come on, you have to wear these white robes. Huh? Right? Anyway, Mary McAleese was president then. And I remember after the mass, they had it in the hangar. I rambled out onto the ramp, as you do, and I sat myself into 246, this specific chopper, and I was sitting in the back of it. And then President McAleese's kids came over. I think they were kids or nieces or something. And they were like, what are you doing? Get out, this is ours. I was like, what? No, it's not. I didn't know who they were. And then, of course, oh, Jesus, there's the president. I better get out here, Flame is probably more accurate, yeah. Close proximity, Murphy just turns to dust, And then the odd time we used to play football up here. And this was hilarious. Some of the things that used to go on, but it's funny, right? I remember being up here one summer, up in the main pitch, and the lads were playing football. And this is hilarious. If an Alouette or a Dauphin was coming in, the Gaelic football, they used to get the ball and kick it towards the aircraft. And you might think this is nuts, but they do it, right? The full-blown kick, the ball goes up. And because you had the wash from the rotors, the ball would then do a boomerang and go absolutely 100 miles an hour the other way. You could kick the ball from like here, right, towards the shagging thing, and they'd end up getting a point down here. It used to be hilarious. The skill, right? The skill. But this is the sort of crack you used to see. Back in the day, of course. It's nothing at all like that now. It's all changed. But back in the day. And then, of course, we had ATC in Baldonnel. Air traffic control, which unfortunately, well, it's kind of getting back to what it used to be. Over the last number of years, ATC in Baldonnel was controlled actually by Dublin. Right, so you'd have the Irish Air Corps then calling up Dublin to get clearances and so on, but that's slowly but surely starting to change. Slowly and surely starting to change. So ATC again used to come up here as a kid. Used to go out with the fire crew in the morning. It used to be in the morning and just after lunch they'd send the fire trucks up and down the runway, bird clearing, and then of course they got a new bird unit. Birds, Eddie. They got a bird unit, and they had like birds of prey going out chasing the other birds. You know. And then around the airfield itself, so this is kind of funny. So there's ADF and DME facilities. There's a VOR station, which is here. That's completely broken and shagged. That hasn't worked for a couple of years. They need to fix that. Over here, the golf ball, as we used to call it, this is radar. And then a recent addition over the last number of years, they put in an instrument landing system onto runway 28. You know. And yeah, a military hospital is being built right now, would you believe? Just here. Right there. That's going to be the new military hospital, because they used to use Brickens. Do you like the way he... Is that supposed to be a... I thought that was a Tesla. We must put a Tesla in there. But yeah, it's there's a military hospital gone in there now. But Baldonnel is cool. Whenever they do an open day, or they used to do air shows there years ago. Doesn't really happen anymore. But it's very, very good. And Jet made the scenery, isn't it? Absolutely class. Yeah, the good old back in the day. Very much so. Very, very much so. But yeah, it's an awesome place. I have very fond memories here, and I'm quite unique. I know of other people who lived in Bal over the years, for a couple of years maybe, you know, with their parents probably being detached to it. But the Murphys, we lived there the longest, you know. I don't think so, Gibbo, no, because it's giving me a frame hit. So I don't think it's not turned on. So the lads, trust feckin' Gibbo. Murph, go check out your house. And he did me bedroom in the house, and it was covered in stew on the walls, right? Wallpaper. Yeah, absolutely shocking. But you know what the lads are like. They'll insult you. But anyway, yeah, very, very fond memories of here, you know. At a local airport, they use fireworks to scare the birds. Mr. TPHI got to see it. Yeah, they do it here as well. You'll often hear the... It's not even fireworks. It's just like a single kind of pop, you know. Mrs. TPHI, good morning. Hope you're well. So, before we get into the chopper then, I want to go into the on-air companion, because this just got an update, right? I want to show you some of the cool stuff. Exo Giant, good morning. Hope you're well, bud. This is deadly now what they've worked on, right? So they're still working on it, but I want to show you this. First and foremost, do you see this new departments tab up the very top? This has, I think, made things a little bit easier to navigate. So you have new departments, and inside each department is where you should find relevant information. For example, if we were to click on fleet and hangar, well, this is everything to do with your fleet and your hangar. Think of your aircraft, the work orders, test flights, modifying your aircraft. That's where you find it now. They still have it down the sides, and of course you can customize what's going on up here in the top, but because we have these new departments, rather than trying to go deep into the menu system, well, no, it's just here. If you go into staff and HR, this is your employees, the crew market, the crew groups, and the ranks. This is looking after training, so it makes sense now. Okay, well, staff and HR, oh, it makes sense, right? The operations center, This is where we look at our pending jobs. There's a new feature, recommended jobs, where OnAir will now look at your aircraft and recommend the highest paying jobs for your aircraft. That's a brand new feature. They just pushed it out there, I think, this morning. Then you have the freelance jobs, company jobs, your operations map, the logs, and also your ongoing flights. This is very much the operations center. This is the things that are moving or are about to move. Then we have the airport network. This is where you can look at your FBOs. You can find FBOs. Let's say, for example, you need to get maintenance done on your aircraft. I'm in a country I don't know. How do I find it? Boom. And then, of course, you have the general airport lookup screen as well. What's at these airports? The price of fuel, landing fees, this kind of stuff. Industry has its own tab. Your own factories, the encyclopedia, the entire encyclopedia with regards to industry. Industry is pretty much like a tycoon based thing whereby you would source raw resources, you'd then bring them to like manufacturing plants, bring them to finishing plants, bring them to distribution centers, and even bring them out to the end customer. It's all part of that loop. Industry is the name of it, and you can build your own stuff. It's awesome. And you have the trading hall. Let's say, for example, you can say, right, Jesus, the price of, I don't know, the price of aluminium has now soared. Well, we can actually start flying aluminium from this airport in the world, bring it back to our center, and then sell it on the global market. You get this kind of idea? And then you have the company headquarters. This is where we look at our company. This is our cash flow, the financial health, business review, our incoming stuff, company lookup, the skills, as in your skill tree. The aviation quiz is in here as well. And we also have communications from our mailbox, and we have the chat as well, right? Yeah, very much so, Roy, very much so. But I think, lads, this has, because when people look at OnAir, they're blown away by it, but then they're kind of going, ooh, there's too much going on here. Let's just go with something a little bit more simple. OnAir is amazing. It's brilliant. The depth of it is absolutely savage. There is nothing that comes close to it. Yes, we can see there's other career mode things, but what OnAir has from that career mindset, it's unbelievable. And I think this department little key really helps now with navigation. As OnAir continue to develop this companion app, once it's pretty much ready to rock, that's when we're going to jump in, heels into the ground and say, right, we're going to start from scratch once again. In addition to that, we also have a virtual airline operating here, and a massive thanks to Malky because he's running that for us. And that's where we can operate as our own virtual airline inside the world of OnAir. Now, if you're thinking about getting it, they offer a free, no obligation, 7-day trial. 7 days to try out all the features, right? And then after that, it's subscription based. It's a subscription based model. The reason being is this lives on online servers and there's cost to that. Now, when it comes to the cost, it's $9.99 a month if you sign up for 1 month. That's costly. However, if you sign up for the maximum 2 years, right? Or you can go 1 year, but if you go 2 years, it's €72 for 2 years. That works out at €3 per month, and you've access for 2 years. So, right? So that's a cup of coffee neck of the wall. A month, right? So try the free trial. If you enjoy it, if you say, yeah, this has definitely given me that reason to go flying because I'm either, building my own virtual airline, or I'm working for a company, a real world company, and you're kind of, doing that career yourself, or you want to just, you want to be a cargo pilot or a cargo operations, and you have your own FBO, and you want to have, maintenance facilities all over the world, and next thing, other pilots or companies have to pay you to use your facilities, and then you have the headache of doing the HR. You need mechanics, they need to be trained, they need to be looked after, they're giving out about their pay. You can do all of these things with OnAir. It's very, very good. This is a huge step forward of trying to kind of, make it more accessible. And fair play to them, because I think this is great. With the departments especially, your eyes, instead of looking through all the menus, well, hang on a second. You would associate your aircraft and anything to do with your aircraft with the fleet and the hangar. Staff, pilots, maintenance, all of that goes into staff and HR. Operations, what am I doing? It's in the operations center. You get the idea, right? So they've broken it down into these 6 tabs. And I think this is brilliant. It makes the thing way more accessible. And of course, you still have all the options down here on the side, right? And you can customize all this gear here as well. You can say, well, what do I want to see on the top of the toolbar? Only stuff you want to see. So you have quick reference points getting into it. You know what I mean? Now we're looking here that the AS365, it says accepted. So we should be able to fly this today, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to come back here to our dashboard and we're going to have a look at Operations Center and we're going to look at freelance jobs, right? Now there's one there. I'm going to cancel this and we're going to go in and look for one. So we're going to browse the job market. And this can be cargo, passengers. It could be a rescue mission, sightseeing, Medivac. There's VATSIM flights now as well. So what OnAir have done, they've added in the VATSIM calendar. So not only can you go off and fly this on VATSIM as you usually would, but you can link it with OnAir. So you're actually generating your OnAir revenue whilst doing VATSIM flights. And it's the full VATSIM calendar. And it's deadly. It's absolutely deadly, right? So we're going to click on Medivac and we're going to see, well, what do we have here? Or indeed, we can look on a rescue mission. So I'll show you rescue. If I click on rescue, it knows where we are. We're going to import this into Sim. So it knows we're at Casement Aerodrome and it knows the aircraft that we're in. This is now going to give me a list of different missions that are available within range of this aircraft. And we have a couple of different ones. We have a road rescue, road collision or car accident. We have water rescues. That could be a fixed position or a boat or a swimmer or something, right? And then you have mountain rescue as well, all right? So you can have a fixed position where you know exactly where they are, or you'd have to go to an area and conduct a search pattern. And depending on the aircraft, the MH60 is really good on this because inside the computer on the MH60 helicopter, the autopilot will follow a designated search pattern. You can kind of do the same as the Dauphins, but you get the idea. You get the idea, all right? So what have we got here? If you click on any of these, it'll bring up more information as well. So that's an exact position. That's a road rescue, and it looks to be just south of the M50. You get 2,600 quid for that. If we have a look here, there's a water search required. The search area is about 8.5 miles. So you get the idea. You can go in and preview this. You can look at all the details. One injured passenger. Go into the briefing, getting mission details. They're still building up all this, but have a look at this. The National Emergency Coordination Centre has issued a priority directive for a critical positioning flight. The small but vital package designated rescue order must be transported with utmost care. This isn't just a routine transfer, it's a crucial step in ensuring rapid response. So they're starting to build additional stories now into all of this, which is absolutely class, right? It's just class what they do. What else do we have here now? Here's another one. Search required. Search required. Exact position has been known. So when you're flying it with OnAir, it's tracking the mission. You'll either hover or you land down. It's timing it at that location. It's loading the people, and then you head her on back, right? So because we're on the ground here in Bal, there's an off-road rescue mission with, I think it might go for a fixed position, right? And that's literally only a mile away. So let's have a look. We'll go into the Dublin Mountains, will we? Here's one passenger, 24 miles away, right? And we'll get paid 1,900 quid for this. So this means we got to fly our Dauphin out over the Wicklow Mountains, down towards kind of Wicklow Gordy neck of the woods, and we have a passenger to rescue. All right, so we're going to do that mission. We're going to take this one on, right? So let's have a look. We're going to add depending jobs, or we're going to fly now. We're going to take this job and fly it. Now, hopefully the aircraft, all this is going to work. If it doesn't, we'll do it anyway. Pre-file and VATSIM, don't need to do it. Freelance contract, cargo. This is important. If you're looking at your fuel, you need to see what's available at the FBO. Because I know that Hermit Something was having a bit of an issue, right? Filthy, good morning. Foxfly Pete, good morning. Welcome in, lads. If you exceed what's available, they won't be able to load you, right? So I'm going to look for 80 here. Now, the trip only needs 25% fuel. I'm going to go with 80. We can then go in and load and import either push or pull from SimBrief, right? And then we have the captain instructions. No passengers are scheduled for this flight. Grand. Cargo, that's okay. The flight from Casement is going to cover a distance of about 24 nautical miles. We have an alternate of Echo India Delta Whiskey. Weather at departure is marginal VF4. Winds 280, 12 knots. Visibility greater than 10. It's a scenic flight and a rescue mission. Ensure the safe and timely delivery of cargo with particular attention to fragile nature, which is all grand. We also have additional stuff in here because they've added in tons of voices. There's all new voices after being added. We'll have a look at this more next week. But there's all new voices that will read things like the ATIS. There's like a tour guide gone in there when you fly over a POI. They're pushing lots and lots of features into this as they're updating it. It's absolutely class. So we've ordered this in the aircraft. We're now going to fly it in the sim. We have options down here that we can change UTC offset and all this, right? So we're going to click on fly in sim. Flight created, check tracking conditions. So I'm hoping this is going to work. Everything here is green to say it's working. So we're now going to start tracking. Waiting for the simulator to stabilize, synchronizing the aircraft. It's now doing what it needs to do. It's loading up the rescue gear that we might need. And I think we're looking good now. We are now looking good. So OnAir is doing its stuff. Now dispatch is talking to me, so we better turn that up. Full briefing. We can get the weather and so on and so forth. All right. So let's see, will it read this out to us? It should do. We'll give it a moment. So,
outbound rescue. Equipment only. Standing by for landing at the incident site.
There we go, right? So you get the idea, right? So this is what we're tracking. The flight is now live. We can look at the maps and the events. So we're going to be heading down this neck of the woods. Cargo and passengers. Let's have a look. There's nothing there. So it just says rescue pickup, 1 injured pax. Okay. We can see our score. And then we'll have our flight plan. Now the flight plan, this is reading an old flight plan, but we get the idea. So we're going to pop that over to one side, and now we're going to focus on the chopper. Get to the chopper. So inside the Dauphin we sit, and from here we're going to get the aircraft configured for flight. All right. So we should now be loaded with sufficient fuel. What we're going to do: landing gears in the down position, remove the pin, get our batteries on, get our inverters on, and gens. Right. And we'll let the aircraft system stabilize. Double check what's available in the cockpit. That's all okay. We're using the GTN 750. We can remove the blade socks and the pre-flight covers. Get rid of all of those, right? What else do you want to do? Weight and balance. Now, we should have been loaded up through OnAir, but I'm not worried. This could have been an issue. So let's go 80%. Oh, wait, it is 80%. Look, 43 and 47. Well, slightly more. Wonder, can I top this up? So this is giving out saying fuel. So resume tracking. It's going to auto set the fuel. It auto set the fuel. See, I didn't touch this. OnAir is doing this. You have 80% fuel on board. Grand. Right. Back one. Weight and balance, that's okay. Life, that's okay. Right, so I'm happy enough with the tablet for the moment. So here we are with the chopper. We're going to be getting some power into this machine here now in a moment. All our flight controls are null or in the off position. We do have some additional lighting we can turn on in here. Right, we're going to get our cabin light, notices, position light, anti-collision lights, turn those all on. Hydraulic isolation, we can test all that. Winch operation if we need it. Cyclic, we want that on. ATC, that's okay. Wipers and engine cranks, don't need it from there. All is well in the round. So we'll come on down here to our avionics. We'll get some of these systems just turned on for us, right? Now for our startup on this machine, as we look at our map, we shall come down here and we're going to turn on our fuel booster pumps, 1 and 2. And from here, we're going to start up the aircraft. We have removed all our remove before flight. So at this stage, we're going to start up this machine. We're going to advance the fuel control valves forward into the little D-dent. And we're going to engage the starter. So we're looking for about 40% here on our RPM. So far so good. We'll get all sorts of bings and warnings now as the RPM is building up. We won't worry about it too much. So there is 40%. Engine can now sustain itself. And we're going to start advancing in the fuel levers. we will get a low RPM warning. If we push this forward too fast, we could get an engine overheat warning. So we're just listening and watching as we're doing this. So there's our 2 warnings. As the RPM tries to come up. Now we can turn that off if you don't want to be listening to it. But we'll leave it there for the moment. Keep advancing. And we'll see that our RPM over here is starting to climb, look. Easy does it now. Easy now. Nearly there. Alrighty. So we have a good start on the left side. We can turn off that horn if we wanted to, but as I say, it's part of the process. So engine 2 startup. The cycling looks a lot like the MHD. Test I shall. Ooh. So same story on the right side engine, up to about 40%. There's 40%. And start advancing the fuel. Right, says Murph, maybe a stupid question, there is no such thing. What makes this machine so exciting for you? So, I've very fond memories of it, Roy. I've flown in this quite a bit, but it's the roles that this aircraft was capable of doing. It's a multi-role helicopter. The MH60 is very good, but she's big. The Alouette is very good, but it's kind of small. The Dauphin, it was just a very, very capable platform for a helicopter. And it's the flying characteristics that make this a standout helicopter because you have that automation. You know what I mean? Alright, engine 2. Up, you divil. Okay, engines are now set and live. Let's continue on with our flows. We're going to turn on our lane 1 and 2 autopilot. Generators, quick reset, make sure that they're working, which they are. Our autopilot system, we will be going into this in a moment. We can keep it on GPS mode for now. Our landing lights can be turned on. Our squawk, will make you up one. 2525, altitude reporting set. Enter. We'll go weather. And we have our main map here as well. Okay, so that's a good startup on the aircraft, and we should be fairly alright. Pitot heats need to be activated, and everything else I think we're now looking good. Alright? Malky says, I have the fuel levers bound to the spoiler and flap levers on your TCA. Ah, brilliant, Malky, yeah. Idle cut off. Good to see you, buddy. Cambridge calling. Hello from Tipperary. Absolutely gorgeous. Right, now we need to track this with OnAir. Now OnAir also gives us options. We can use their new built-in map into the sim, and we can see where it is we need to head to. We're heading down to Rathdrum, right? So I'll double this up when it comes to Navigraph, just to give me a hand. So let's zoom in. It's south of Rathdrum. We're on the Avoca Road. And we seem to be pretty much here. Add to route. User waypoint. We're going to give it a name. Site. Enter. Create. Cancel. Hide. So now if I look at my Garmin unit, not my Garmin unit, my Navigraph, I now have where I am versus where this location is. Alright? Could you technically land anywhere in that bubble? So what we have here, we have a fixed location, meaning that we need to get exactly to these coordinates. If it was a search area, you would have to search within the confines of that red bubble. You know what I mean? It's interesting. Is it also because of the 2 engine, or what is the reason why a chopper has 2 engines? Redundancy number 1, extended range, and also capacity. the weight limit, speed, altitude, all this kind of stuff. When Aerospatiale were designing the Dauphin, they originally had just one engine, and then they realised that's not going to cut it. So they put in 2 turbomecha engines, and that's what made the aircraft so versatile, you know, so versatile. The Great Hadoken, good to see you, buddy. Right, we're kind of ready to go here now, so we're going to unlock or disengage the parking brake. Decision height we're going to want. Give me a warning at 200 feet. Lovely. When it comes to our autopilot, flight director can be turned on. CPL needs to be activated if you want to engage the autopilot, which we'll do all that now in a moment. But as we're going to taxi out here, we need to engage the trim release, just to give us that bit of stuff ourselves, right? So trim release is in. Exogiant, I'm actually using, you will be able to use that on your tablet, but that was, whatchamacallit, that was Navigraph, alright? Alright, so we're going to just taxi the aircraft out as we're leaving Bal. And this is usually what the Air Corps did. They would rarely lift off from the ramp. Of course, the Gazelles had to, but the Dauphin, they would often taxi these out before liftoff. I'm not quite sure why they did that, but they used to do that. Alrighty, taxiing out. Alright, so from here we're going to start adding in that collective. Watch the nose. Yupsie daisy. And now we're moving. So we'll pick up a bit of speed. The wind is coming in here from the right.
Flight tracking resumed.
There's our flight tracking. Collective coming in. Landing gear coming up. And this is us departing out of Bal. The joys of flying it in third person. Right, now where am I going? So it's going to be a turn to the left. Out over Green Oak. Bring a bit more collective in. We want to gain a bit of altitude here. And we shall continue on. So far so good. No systems given out to me. And once we get the aircraft stable, think of this like Airbus. It kind of auto-trims, which it does. This will auto-trim the cyclic for you, meaning that where you point it, once you disengage or let go of the trim release, the aircraft will hold pretty much that attitude and roll, right? So I'm now going to let go of it, give it a second to stabilize. Now I'm hands off. Chopper's flying itself, and I can use the beep trim, 4-way beep trim, and that'll adjust pitch and roll. Now these buttons need to be set up first. You need to manually set these buttons up in the sim, and they are specific to the Dauphin or Dolphin helicopter, right? The Great Hadoken, I bought the Captain Sim UFO. It's actually not that bad. What's the flight model like? At our airport, all helicopters need to taxi the same way an aircraft would. Yeah. I don't know why. Is it for noise abatement? Is it for downwash from the rotors? Like pushing sand, dirt and grime onto the lovely other aircraft? I'm sure there's a reason for it. You know what I mean? Alright, so we're moving relatively okay here now. I'm using the beep trim, right? We used to ground taxi the Lynx all the time from the runway. It uses less power and also stops unintended downwash battering other aircraft. There we go. Thanks, Chris. Well, that explains it. It was to stop you sandblasting other aircraft. Do you know? Now, looking at our map, we're pretty much heading out towards the destination. And you can see now we can use our trim release to put the aircraft back on course. So we're drifting left a bit, we're going to turn it in right. And this should start bringing us back in on point. Also, as we're watching, we're climbing now. We're up to about 3,000 feet. Our torque on the engines are 84. It's fine. We're safe up to 87, 88 before we need to start worrying about temperature. So we can see our engine temperature here. Then we have oil.
Casement AB. MVFR, wind west-northwest at 13 knots. Broken clouds at 2600, 16 degrees. Plan your approach accordingly.
So that's, you can turn those voices on or off, but that's on air just advising us on what the weather's doing, right? So we're going to just trim down. I want to get this into a level flight. Our decision height will blast us at 200 feet anyway. And that's radar altitude. That's 200 feet above the ground. Bottom of the aircraft to the ground, right? So we're going well here so far. It's not a bad day. And we're heading down to this crash site. We know it's a crash site because they told us. So, yeah, we'll do one of these. What a machine. It just doesn't get old. It just doesn't get old. What a machine. Right, we need to go right a bit. Easy now. Nice angles. Yeah, right? Brilliant. That's the best compliment. Hey, I like your angles. She said, what? Right, over this direction we go. We're in a very slight decline here as well. As you go into a turn, with the trim, especially, you'd want to be doing that, you know? Blue seems to be down that neck of the woods. We'll keep on manoeuvring down to where we are. We've Glendalough out here to our right side. Alright, let's straighten up. A little bit more trim. Alrighty then. We also got this the high intensity searchlight working. So see this light here on the side? Goof. We should be able to maneuver this now. Oh yeah. Now we don't need it on, so we'll turn it off. Declined. Right. We're getting close. Don't want to be climbing too much. So we're looking for, on the road, we're looking for like a junction coming in towards Rathnew. So we're going to follow this road here just in front of us down the way. See this road here? We're going to kind of follow this on. We're heading down this neck of the woods. And OnAir should inject its own custom scenery to show us what's going on here. So we're looking for, it's a roadside collision, but it's a fixed location. We've one passenger to pick up. So we're just kind of maneuvering now. There's a bit of wind, so it's blowing us off course. We're just going to maneuver our way in, right? So we're looking alright-ish for the moment. Such an amazing helicopter. Like, it is so good. It is so good. Another great thing with OnAir, it can actually integrate with, say, intentions. So for example, if we wanted now, we could connect all this up with, say, intentions, and say intentions will be briefing us on this very mission. Mind blown, right? Because they're able to talk to one another, which is very good. It kind of closes and encapsulates. There's the big word for today. It encapsulates the whole experience for your immersion, right? My immersion. Right. In we go this way. Ben Wilson. So there are controls in your control settings. Go down to SA365. You'll see the searchlight, right? And there's a bit of jiggery pokery as to what you need to have turned on. Input repetition needs to be off. And then activate on release needs to be turned on. Alright, danger close. So we're coming up to Rathdrum. I'm now going to go AFCS off. You need to be quick in the controls. Now using the Mosa AB6 you'll actually get the resistance a lot quicker. So we're going to head in this neck of the woods. So here's Rathdrum. That's OnAir beep to say, hey, you're in the vicinity. So we're going to ease out the collective here. Keep an eye on our speed as we're doing this. And we just need to follow this road in. And we have two roads here, so this... Forget this road, we're going to go for the next one. As you can see, it's just ahead. And we want to head over here a little bit. Does it include the HA65? Yes, it does. Daniel Day, good to see you. So this is the road we want to follow. We're going to be swinging down to our left. Easy now. Speed is good. Deploy the landing gear. We're going to circle in this area. We're very close, so we've got to keep an eye out on the road. We're very close. It's around here somewhere. Making up a bit of rotor slap. Our speed is dropping off. Alright, slowly start heading in around here. So we're looking for details now on the ground. You're looking for an object spawned in. We're kind of heading the right direction. Let's just see if we can get eyes on here. Should be very close. There it is, I think. So we're going to set down right beside it. Easy now. This bit of grass area looks alright. Easy now. There's our crash site. And see the way it injected that scenery in? We're going to set down gently. Alright, sit tight. Park and brake. Now, park and brake set. Board the passengers. So we're going to open our doors here for them. So, we now need to tell OnAir, right, we found the crash site. They've made absolute pure shit of the mess. They're terrible. And we need to take one of these people to a hospital. Alright? Yeah, all of that has yet to come, Mr. TPHI. I've seen kind of early workings of it. People walking around, friggin' ambulances driving in, other aircraft even. There's a lot of stuff. And say intentions do the same. They'll inject similar stuff, right? Here's our wolf coming in. So I'm now going to go to OnAir and show you. So this says, right, you're now there. And I'm going to say, right, I'm in the zone. We've stopped and we've touched down. Board passengers. It's now going to it's a countdown. We've a minute to load them and we got 20 minutes left in this mission to get them back, right? But yeah, look, Fox, welcome in, buddy. So they're loading up. They'll tell us when we're ready to rock. All right. Meanwhile, we're going to sit in the chopper. Our crew has gone over there to bring in the passenger. Keep the back door open. 30 seconds, we're going to be good to go. While we're waiting, we shall put in a direct 2 back to Baldonnel, and we're going to use GPS for this one. And we'll activate all this here now in a moment. 10 seconds before we can leave. Always Hyundai drivers. Alright, 1 second, green light, it says passengers boarded. OnAir should talk to us now to say passengers boarded, header on, right?
Rescue manifest. 0 passengers on board Eurocopter as 365 Dauphin, bound for Baldonnel. Priority handling.
Close the door. We can see it here on the map. It's telling us rescue pickup, passengers on board. Now we got a countdown to get us there. So we need to head around back to Bal. So we will do that quickly. Naughty gnome, good to see you. Right, so let's have a look. Park and brake off. My own feet are on the brakes. And we'll go into trim release. Start bringing in the collective. Easy. Easy. Alrighty, nose down. Gear up. And let's get out of here. Loads of collective, just get us in there good and fast. We have to fight this one gently. Speed is coming up. Now give me a good attitude and vertical speed. Release the trim. Aircraft responds. There we go. Now we're going to go autopilot. So we're going to come down here and we're going to set autopilot. So we're going to say, right, we want nav mode. It's already captured, and activate the autopilot. Aircraft should now follow our GPS, which it is. I can also say, right, do we want to go altitude hold or do we want to climb? I want to maintain this vertical speed. Come on, Betsy. It's going to affect our airspeed, so we'll keep an eye on that as well. But I want to climb at around 1,000 feet a minute just to clear this obstacle with terrain ahead of me. I did, Zit, I did. Does it use TDS in the 750? It can do Defiant Prawn, yes. You can use both. So we're now maintaining a good steady climb. We're going to get back up to about 3,000 feet. Looking at our GPS here, we can see we're 12 minutes out. OnAir need us there in 16 minutes, so we need to haul ass, right? Autopilot is doing what it needs to do. We're still climbing. We're up on 2,000 feet now. We're still not clear of it. Our airspeed is starting to drop. We'll need to watch this. But so far, so good. We're still following our GPS. Still climbing at 1,000 feet. We might reduce this now just to help us with a little bit of airspeed. And we can increase our collective. Let's bring it up to about 88%. Easy. Now our airspeed should be regaining. And that's going to reduce the amount of time, obviously. We're now 10 minutes out. You know what I mean? So we're on the way. It's a very fast and capable helicopter. Up to nearly 140 knots now. 150 is our max V&E. There's 3,000 feet now. A little bit close here to the Wicklow Mountains, so we'll keep her lit. Might have to go 3.5 to get us over this one. Andy Gnome, thanks for 60 in a row, buddy. Eight minutes out. I'm happy enough now. We're going to go altitude mode. So we're going to click Alt. That's going to get rid of our vertical speed climb. We're going to maintain altitude just shy of 3,500 feet. Airspeed is going to start picking up. And then we just need to ease off that collective and the aircraft will pitch to maintain this altitude. So we're 7 minutes out. Speed is looking good. I'm not using it at the moment, Roy, but I do use it, yes. I saw the update yesterday. There was a fairly big update for Strata as well, which is good to see. Alright, speed is looking good. We're now 7.5 minutes out. OnAir are giving us just under 14 minutes to get there. But you kind of see now, if you were to link with OnAir, the likes of, say, intentions, you're going to add in an entire new layer of challenge. As in, you now you might have to be talking to ATC. And you tell them, you're an emergency dispatch, I need to get into this airport. And then you'll hear, say, intentions ATC start sectioning and sequencing other aircraft out of your way. It's class. The whole thing comes together. It's quite amazing, Alric, thank you very much indeed. 8 months, man. Cheers, buddy. Alright, we're looking good. Speed is good. Alt is good. Aircraft doing exactly what you should be doing. Oh, yeah. It's just beautiful. Alright, speed good. Temperature's good. 87, 88, just hovering around that. Fuel is okay. Autopilot is doing what it needs to do. I've no warnings on the annunciator panel. So far, so good. Isn't it deadly, isn't it? It's just class, lads. This thing is just class. What does this button do? Yeah, that works. The old fancy camera stuff. Ah, Jesus. Right, we're getting close. So great to see other people flying with us today. Welcome in, everybody. We can see Baldonal.
Visual flight rules. Wind west-northwest.
So we're getting the ATIS from Baldonal as we approach back in.
Clouds at 3,000 to 16 degrees. Plan your approach accordingly.
Roger. Alrighty then, we're going to disengage the autopilot. So we're going back into our own flying. Ease off some of that collective now. And we'll take control. Hey, Uniform Goose is here. Good to see you, Goose. Alright, trim release. I have control. Oh, Jesus. Me passenger, did you hear him? He didn't like that movement. He was like, oh, jeez. We need to watch for that. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, sorry, Chief. Sorry. Bloody hell. We're just making sure you're all right back there. Oh, no. Balls. That trim release button needs to move.
Can I do the refund?
No, there's no refund. Shag off. Oh, Jesus. Right, we're coming in way too hot here. Ease off the collective now. Keep the nose up. Bleed the speed. Right. Speed coming down. Easy does it, you big muppet. We're flying in over Saggers. Jeez, we're quite low. Gear. Easy now. Over City West. We won't pass any further comments. And then over to Val. Andy Brown, good to see you. Hope you're well, buddy. You're coming in like your arse is on fire, right? Old mate in the back wasn't too happy. We're actually losing points there. Balls. Alright, be careful where the wind is. Easy. Easy. Alright. Drop off the speed. Easy. Easy. 60. 40. And 20. Alright. Nice and easy. Oh, we got ourselves parked up where we started from. Hopefully we'll have the old ambulance waiting for us. Easy now. 178 will take it. Right.
Touchdown confirmed. Time noted.
Right, touchdown confirmed. Let's shut her down now. Landing light off. Fuel pumps off. And engines out. Alrighty then. Whished.
Patient transferred at casement AB. Mission complete.
Mission
0
complete.
passengers delivered safely.
Alright. Good. Looking good.
Engine secured. Tracker noted the shutdown.
Rotor brake on. And that, my friends, is that. Excellent. The doors open. Get the passengers out. And welcome back to Bal. So, on air, goosh, let's have a look. It didn't like part of this now. Poor old Divil got a terrible doing. So, map and events, so that's what we just flew. Here's a rundown of what we've done. But we also got some alerts to say the passenger wasn't too happy about that, right? Oh, stay here. Score. Entire flight, we got 35. We lost a point because our pitch, right? Engine off, grand, arrival, that's all grand, that's all grand, that's all grand. And then we have the overview. So the overview is complete. The map is complete. Pitch excess, that's what he was giving out about. We hurt the Divil. The poor old Divil. Okay, that's kind of it. That's kind of it. So we're going to register this flight. Your pilot stayed at, you flew the legs temporary, that's okay, because our actual pilot is somewhere else in the world. Total earned, we got 1900 credits, all our XP, flight score. We can rest the crew if we need to, but don't need to worry about resting the crew, right? Comfort bonus obtained, safety, aircraft handling, crosswind, flight score, road rescue mission, rescue, or reputation increase for the flight as well. Brilliant. So let's continue that. That flight is now being logged. A successful mission.
End of flight. Logbook updated.
With OnAir. A successful flight. All done with the powers of the Dauphin. Lock the rotors there now as well. Isn't that fun? Just absolutely incredible, lads, isn't it? Like, it is absolutely deadly what we can do with this machine, right? So, we won't stop there. We might do a little positioning flight. Get our doors closed. Because I just like this chopper too much. We left the battery on. Let's go over to here now, because I don't want to drain the batteries. Let's go to, let me see, exterior. Let's go ahead and get the power unit in, right? So we're not using up all our electricity. Cargo hook is already on, that's fine. Now we're going to go into the weight and balance of the aircraft. We should be able to refill this ourselves. We'll go 70 and 70. There we go. That's the aircraft refueled. And what we're going to do now, we're just going to do a positioning flight, right? So again, we can use OnAir. So we can say, right, lovely hurdling. We'll go back to our dashboard. And again, you can see fleets, hangars, all these new tabs that just make OnAir way easier to... way more accessible, I think, right? So we'll go into the operation center. We're going to look for another freelance job. Now we can browse if we want another rescue mission, or if we want to do a medivac mission. We can do sightseeing. We can do loads of stuff. Absolutely loads of stuff. For this one, I'm going to unselect rescue, and what we're going to do is just a destination flight. So let me see how long it'll take us to get to Donegal. What time are we now? 20 to 1. Donegal might be a little bit far. We'll head down to Waterford. Echo India Whiskey Foxtrot. We're going to head down to Waterford as a repositioning flight. So we'll get $2,000 for this, so we might as well take it on, right? It's only ourselves. We manifest and all that. It's just a repositioning flight. So we're going to take this one on. Fuel, again, we're going to aircraft cannot reach destination with current fuel. Grand. So we're going to say there's... Now if I'm putting 80 and 80... Fill for trip 47%. We're going to call it 80%. But I wonder, how can I just put in that 80%? Because this is going to give me 40 and 40. Okay, we'll call it 90%. Import plan and fuel. So we're going to order fuel. Right, fuel is loaded. And we're going to fly this now in the sim. So fuel is set. Date and time is set. And let's fly this one. So we're going to head down to Waterford. Echo India Whiskey Foxtrot. So that's going to be loading up the aircraft and our cargo. And now we're good to go. So that's where we're heading. Have a look at the map.
Tracker armed. We're monitoring through to engine off.
Super. Rain, radar, terrain if we want. Runways, flight path, follow aircraft. So we're going to head straight down over the Wicklow Mountains, straight down to Waterford. All right. So that is what we're doing. So got to be careful because those rotors are moving themselves. So again, we'll engage the rotor lock and just stop them for the minute. Right, we continue on. So we're going to say fuel pumps reactivate. And just check our temperatures now as we restart this machine, right? Because we can see that there is movement with the rotors. So we're going to push these guys forward. And we'll start engaging here now in a sec. Right, let's go. Ruud, good to see you. Just find the DC6 on VATSIM. Oh, nice one, buddy. That's awesome. Viper Strike, good morning. Sumner's in the house. Okay, engine 1 coming up. We're going to wait for 40%. There's 40%. Fuel coming in. Easy now. All right, engine 2. Dauphin only available in the in-sim marketplace. Viper Strike, thank you very much indeed for 175. York Music, good to see you. Power coming in. Looking good. Looking good. Easy now. Brake off. Landing light on. Now, what did I brake? There's a warning. What did I brake? Oh, battery card. Jesus. That could have been dangerous. But man, Malky, we'd have been in a fair bit of mess now. Right, flight director back on. And let's head on to Waterford, shall we? Off the brakes. Oh man, they're so good looking. Bond helicopters there. Who's that? Fibro, looking good, buddy, looking good. There's Speedy. Beluta's in a fixed wing. Big Al is with us as well. Malky's just up ahead of us. Alrighty, let's go from here. Easy now. Jesus, Murph. Always take off into the wind, you muppet. Alright, gear up. Days, we've nearly binned it, lads. That would have been hilarious. Alright, looking good. Power coming in. So we're heading to Waterford. We'll hang a left here. Mac Vision, hope you're well. We'll head down the outline 11. It's Smithers, good to see you. Decent climb. Mind the clouds a little bit. Doubling up to our 11 o'clock. Alright, we're looking good. So what we can do here now, again, we'll talk to the autopilot. So let's look at heading mode and also vertical speed. So we're going to keep vertical speed at around 500 feet a minute. And now we're going to go on heading mode. So let's sync our heading. Let's go vertical speed, heading, and engage. So it'll keep us at 500 feet a minute, or at least it should. It will. And now our heading, she'll follow the heading that I pointed at. So small little turn, 09 or 0, that's going to bring us due east. And we'll keep heading on out this way. Coming up on 2,000 feet, we will pick up a little bit of cloud here. If we need it, we have wipers. But we shouldn't need it for the moment. So we're heading out towards Dunleary, but then it's going to be a sharp right turn. I just want to go down the coast and look a little bit nicer. It'll put a little bit of time in us, but I'm not worried. So we'll cruise this one at we'll go 2,500. So we'll lock in altitude, 2,500 set, and the aircraft will now reset itself to keep it at 2,500 feet, or as close to it as it can. All right. It will do airspeed mode, yeah, it will, 100%. So we can lock it into airspeed mode. Just let that kind of pick up a little bit, then we can lock it in. It'll tell us on the screen 131. Don't want that, right? I don't want altitude. V speed, drop me down again. Give me just a shallow decrease here. Slowly but surely getting us there. I'll lock us into about. I'll lock us into about 2,500 feet. Course correction 120 degrees. Interesting weather. Heading out over Dunleary, so we're going to be heading from kind of South County Dublin on into Wicklow. What's our speed as well? Almost at 2.5. Okay, lock altitude. What's your speed here? And we can bring in a wee bit more power, so let's bring it up to about 85. And then we'll get our slightly higher speed. I don't know how to change the speed. I wonder how to do that. So if we look it into airspeed, we're passing 140. $145. I wonder if we should try and hold 150. We're not far off it. Right turn required. New course 180 degrees. And let's go airspeed mode now. 146. So what's better, airspeed or altitude hold? I reckon it'd be better to have altitude, and then we just monitor. We can change our collective. You know what I mean? Yarma. Brilliant. Am I using FS Realistic? No. Alright, so 85%. It is increasing, but we still have plenty of headroom. 150 is where, you know, that's the upper end of it. Alright, we're looking good. Bedrock, welcome in. When you reach the altitude, you best want to use alt mode to get the speed. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The sim needed this heli. It's like a milestone. I agree. So the vibrations you're seeing, these are coming from... they're coming from the helicopter. Chase plane adds its own for some of the views. This sort of crack. More lurking than working. That's what we like to hear. Alright, landing light off. Speed is now approaching 150. 85. $84-ish will hover. She drops fairly quick, look. Back up to 85. And now we're just booting it. So what we can do from here, we're heading down the east coast. Right? So if we zoom out, we're just heading down the east coast. When we get a little bit further down, we'll go with direct 2 mode. And that'll push us across. But for now, we're grand. We're absolutely grand. Such a cool machine. Imagine if that was your view from your office today, huh? deadly. So when we're finished this flight, when we land down in Waterford, we're going to be taking a look at today's VATSIM flight. We'll just do a quick briefing on it. I picked up 2 airports this morning, so we have custom scenery for both. Seems like they did a pretty good job with the sounds. Sounds are really good on this. Real good. That sound you get is from that Fenestron tail assembly. It's very nice. The sunny southeast. That's where we're headed. So lads, how many of you own the Dauphin? 1 if you own it, 2 if you're thinking about picking it up, and 3 if you couldn't care less. 1 if you own it, 2 if you're going to get it, or 3 it's just not your thing. Be interested to see, you know, where we're all at. A couple of ones. Hey, Si Murray's here, good to see you. Not, you know, not a chopper guy. You haven't lived. Viper Strike, you haven't lived. Telling you lads. Hey, Daz is here as well. Perpetual says, you got the H160? This is better than the H160. But if you're happy with it, man, you're happy with it. You know what I mean? Stu says, if I get into heli flying, once you get into heli flying, you ain't going back. It is savage fun. Savage fun. Heli pilot's waiting for a 139 or a 109? Yes. Hey, Jojo, good to see you, bud. Like, flying helicopters absolutely transforms what this sim can do. If you can kind of, you know, if you have what the triumvirate, if you can do general aviation, airliners and helicopters, it just opens the doors to you spending time in the sim. Because you're like, oh, I want to try this flight now. I want to do this. You know what I mean? Yeah, the hoplite. We're going to check out the hoplite next week. Looks really good. I tried Tuesday when you were showing it off. I crashed and burned in a spinny mess. So, you have a couple of options. If you're finding it very difficult, turn on the default assistances for helis. I don't usually recommend this, but if you're having an absolutely horrible time and you just don't want to put the effort in straight away, turn the heli assistances on, and at least then you have a starting platform. And once you start getting a little bit more stability in what's happening, then you can start turning them off. You know what I mean? Hey, Crotty from Cove, good to see you. How's our check-in map doing this morning? So far we've had 10 check-ins from around the world, 7 different countries. Exclamation point, check-in, all one word, and then your location. If you get into heli flying in Ireland, I made the Irish Sea rigs on FS add-ons. Oh, good man yourself. Yes. Ah, brilliant. Here's our check-ins coming in hot and fast. You love to see it. There's Mrs. GBHI. Now think of this as you like, but Mrs. GBHI is is above, is higher than Mr. I didn't want to say on top, but I said it anyway. Right. Here's our YouTube viewers coming in now as well. Oh, it's all happening now, lads. Brilliant. Look at this. 9 different countries this morning, 26 cities across the world. Isn't that savage? So exclamation point, check in, and then we are, right? Ireland, the UK, few in Europe, Scandinavia, Australia, Florida, Canada. Viper strike. Canadian Forces Station, alert station in Canada. Is that you up there, Viper? Is it, yeah? I have an app on, but minimum let the cycle go, heli banks up. What am I missing? I've autopilot on. Minimum let the cycle go, heli banks up. It's to do with your trim release, Al. I think. You know. Who's flying? The autopilot is right now. Oh, Jesus, where am I going? New course heading 210 degrees. And actually, we'll go into this guy. We'll do a direct. Waterford. Activate. Nav. Captured. Make it so. Make it so. Trucker dude, good to see you. Hey, Bartman is here, good to see you. Control bindings are key. Follow the guide. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Right, we're heading in. We just took you for a bit of a tour out to sea there for a second, you know. Hey, Mr. TPHI is with us. Did you get this helicopter, Mr. TPHI? You know, and don't let Mr. TPHI answer. Because what'll end up happening, we'll start missing Mr. TPHI. He just won't be coming into these streams anymore because he'll be like, that shagging agent keeps costing me money. Do you know? This is terribly, terribly nice, isn't it? This is insanely nice. What? Sir Beaky! Good day to you, sir. The 4-axis autopilot on the SA365 is even more fun. Yeah. I haven't flown that yet. We're going to fly that one next week. I want to do all, the Baywatch thing, you know. Slow motion running on the spot, looking like you need it. I can't play the music yet. I'll have to wait until we have it. Cornwolf, good morning. No, good afternoon. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're well. We'll play it anyway, you know. If you're on YouTube, consider rambling over to Twitch for just a moment. You'll hear tunage. Very good tunage. This is going to look 100 times better when we're at the US Coast Guard. But for now, you know. How did you know I was doing that? I'm just sitting there going, right. Yeah, it's Irish Baywatch. We can see the beach. This one flies itself. Yep. everyone thinking about Pamela Anderson? Yeah, very talented woman. She's also a great singer. You know, massive lungs. Yeah, right? Brilliant! Oh, Jesus, I cracked myself up, lads. Go on, you devil. You were thinking about Gibbo running down the beach. Brilliant. You're just trying to set me up for trouble, right? That is a banging tune, isn't it? It's an absolute banger of a tune. Now. It goes in a helicopter, you know. Got to shoot for an appointment, catch a 17 or 1900. Stu Snape, best of luck, buddy. We'll chat to you soon. At this stage, they're probably all tripping over something running down the beach. Throw them over your shoulders and stay running, you'll be grand. Brilliant. You may be late for the appointment. Oh, Mr. TVHI. What a machine. Knocking yourself out with the bounce? Hey, Crotty replied to the wrong message. Uh-oh. Yes, I would like a cheese sandwich. Huh? What a machine. Brilliant. Just brilliant. And it's fast. This is live weather too, is it? Yeah. Brilliant. All right, we are 14 minutes out. Schiller Pilot, what you do? What you do? No good at typing today? That's okay. It's because I'm using a yoke. Are you using a yoke to fly a helicopter? That could cause it. Light wind 010. I did, Chiller, yeah, we got it working. Oh, yeah. It's just so cool. Enniscorthy is coming straight ahead of us. We have Wexford off to our left-hand side, home of Captain Sickbag. There's a wild Mrs. TPHI. How dare you use a yoke for... You're right. A yoke for heli flying? Jeez. Takes you back to your hippie days? Alright, Enniscorthy coming up. How are we on our L fuel situation? We're good. We're absolutely good. The Mister uses a yoke for heli flying. No way. Man, look at that view. Isn't it gorgeous? So this is Enniscorthy, County Wexford. You come in by Dunstores on your right hand side, then you go up over the bridge and then header on. Is that Dunstores or Super Value? I think it's Duns. Cornwolf, yes, 100% mate. I would. I really would. It's just so stable once you get it in the air. It's very good. I adore this thing. And Teogs is making an update to it. He's a couple of updates to do. But he's going to put the winch on it. I don't think he's going to add in the second light, but he's going to put a winch on the Irish Air Corps one, and he needs to fix this roundel. That's like the wrong way around. It needs to be green on the left. You know what I mean? What's this about you thinking of me running down a beach? Right? Give out slow motion. We have to do it. Have Angel still uses the yoke? Yeah, she's nuts. She uses the yoke for the Red Bull Air Racing, and she's good at it. Friend of mine is giving me his old Thrustmaster Airbus side stick. Ooh, nice. Hey, Air Shuller Pilot. Alright, we're only a couple of minutes out. New Ross is next. This is a beautiful part of Ireland. If you ever get the chance to go down to the southeast, it's very nice. I mean, that's just a class view. Gorgeous. Live weather as well. They're giving Ireland decent weather, I think, over the weekend. I think. Yeah, I think they are. Kibbo, you're a legend. I just got your DM. Would you use a joystick for driving a car? It's painted a horrible picture in my mind. You and Gibbo running down the beach in your budgie smugglers and man boobs flapping in the breeze. Ah, Jesus. Don't forget the red inflatable thingy, you know. Tim Dog, good to see you. Morning, buddy. Hope you're well. You've done some in real life flying around Waterford area when I was trying to get your PPL. Yeah, Waterford's nice. Great school in Waterford. Jesus, Viper. That's just like... That's just all kind of oddness. Chris says, nice to see you adhering to the speed restrictions for opening the cabin door. What did they say? Was it 50 knots? I think it was 50... Was it 50 knots? That was it. I need to check the LPOH. I actually have Air Corps documents on this aircraft buried somewhere. I need to find them. And I must try and get one of the former pilots on for a chat as well. That could be interesting. Alright, we're 7 minutes out. We're just cruising along, lads. Yeah, I think it was 50 knots. Unless it says it on the doors. I thought I said it on the door. Yeah. A lot of the time the crew would open the sliding door, eyes on the ground, and they'd be passing that information to the pilot. Decent weather is like your answer on how much rain or how much range the heli had this morning. Yeah, right. Off for lunch. Mojave, a nice... Oh wait, have a nice flight. Thank you, Sugar Pilot. What's the weather doing? The Irish is nice. What's the range of this helicopter? Oh, far. Very far. How fast does it go? Oh, very fast. Yeah, very fast. Yeah. That, you know, you can apply that thinking to anything. Are you an expert on the subject? Oh, Jesus, yeah. You know. What's the fuel burn rate? Oh, very efficient. You have an answer for everything. What's the rotation speed of a fully laden 777 out of Heathrow? Oh, Janie then. Fast. Very fast. They'd be like, what is this, Aegis? Mr. Simpson, according to this, you invented this machine. Yes. Yeah. I used to be the hour manager for Dauphins operating out of Hereford. Never got to fly in it, never got to fly it, but got picked up a few times. Chris, what was the speed, buddy? Was it 50? Could have sworn, I remember someone saying 50 knots. This is GPH. It doesn't matter what you say. She's always listening, you know, with an innuendo. And no one got me Indiana Jones joke the other day. These are rookies. What type of fuel does he use? Oh, very good fuel. Fuel from the truck. Oh, brilliant. Indiana Jones. We got there in the end, lads. Well done. Sounds like your boss. Really? Below 60 sounds about right, but I'm not certain. I think it was 50. I'll find out. I thought that was brilliant. I listen for keywords. Yep. Any word, doesn't matter. Oh, this machine. We need new words in our vocabulary to be able to describe the beauty of this. I mean, your big ride, that works and all, but like, we need more. Do you know what I mean? We need more. Jeez, the tunage is on fire this morning. Say good morning to her. She'll turn that right upside down. How many hours do you have flying this heli? Oh, an awful lot. An awful lot. I'm a fan of the word resplendent, eh? That's a good one. It is resplendent as the nighttime moon. Is it not? That's your superpower? Are we there yet? Yeah, we're nearly there. We have Waterford off here to our right hand side. Waterford Hospital's just up there. Elric, yeah, awesome, isn't it? Easy now.
Field conditions at Waterford. Visual flight rules. Wind north at 8 knots.
It's giving us VFR conditions, so we'll take it. There's the airport. There's Firo. Oh, just class. I need a proper model of a Dauphin. You've seen it 6 times, really? I've one model out of a few. I've a SA365 over there, but I broke one of the rotors, look. I snaffled some of the rotors on it, but it's not deadly looking. Die cast. And the door opens, look. You know, if I don't shag it. Isn't it very beautiful? I need, Jesus, I need to get more of these. Murphy broke something, yeah. It fell off the shelf of many things, and it snaffled 2 of the rotors. I need to get another one of those. Well, James, we need to land here now, look. Right, now. Right, buttons, Murph. You can do it. Autopilot. Good luck to you. And easy. Trim release. And we've controlled the aircraft. Landing lights. On. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Alright, we're heading down that way. Pop the gear. Windows coming in, what was it, 010? Watch your speed. Alright, give us a good turn. Looking good. Alright, ease off the speed now. And we'll head her on over to the ramp. $60. Sounds are really good. Real good. Easy now. taxi it in. Gently now. Easy. All right, there.
On the ground, landing logged in the tracker.
Excellent. OnAir's recorded the flight. That's what we want to see. Landing light off. And fuel pumps coming off. And engines coming off. Alright, they're coming off. Pedo coming off.
Delivery complete.
Horn is
5
okay.
pounds unloaded at waterfront.
Alright.
Engine secured. Tracker noted the shutdown.
Excellent. Alrighty then. Gear release handle goes in. These are all starting to shut down. Leave our power on. Anti-collision lights coming off. Lights off. Heater's already off. Get our steps open just to make it look all terribly fancy. Lane 1 and 2 for autopilot disconnect. And that, my friends, is that. Sweet. The VR pilot, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Murph, you can tweak the speed in AS mode by using the up-down beep trim. Ah, sweet. Sweet. We'll have to try that. Right. Inverters coming off. And get the remainder of our lights turned off. Position lights off. Bit of rotor brake. Slow those rotors down. We shall go battery lanes off. Get our tablet. And we're going to say exterior. Let us secure the blade socks, the pre-flight covers, and that is us, ladies and the gentlemen. Here we go. Absolutely friggin' deadly this thing is. I love this chopper. I absolutely adore this. This is just a fantastic, fantastic add-on. And what a time to have this in our sim now. It is incredible. It really is, lads. I love this thing. Man, good to see you, buddy. Will this work with the Aerosoft mission add-on? It will. It absolutely will. VR Pilot, have you tried this chopper yet, buddy? I need to try it in VR. I'm going to do that over the weekend because I have the this Pimax Crystal Super. I need to, because I'm just Jesus, this is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Do you know? So let's go into OnAir. Let's get a bit of a debrief of what we've done. So we flew from Baldonnel all the way down. This is our route. We came down this way, right? So you can turn off that map. So we came across this way, and then we touched down into Waterford. We got a nice landing rate, 97 feet per minute. We'll do that. Let's look at our scoring. Full marks on this one. It liked everything we did. Brilliant. How long did it took to set, or how long took to set up? I open and close 10 pages, key binding manual. Ross, so I'll show you this now in a sec. Let's register the flight. OnAir, job finished. Excellent news. And as I said, this new feature with OnAir, lads, this is class. Absolutely class. We'll check out more of this next week, but I gotta say, I'm absolutely loving what OnAir have added here. This, I think, just makes navigating where everything is so much more easier. You have 6 departments in which now you can say, well, anything to do with the aircraft is in your fleet and hangar, and to do with your staff, employees, your crew, it's in staff and HR. Anything to do with operational stuff, flying, planning, that's all in Operations Center. Airport and FBO management is in your airport network. Everything to do with industry is in industry. And then your company headquarters, this is where it comes for your cash flow, the balance, and communication, including that of the aviation quiz. That's in here as well. If you want to think of your skill and your ranks, it's in your staff HR. Like, this is brilliant. Like, it's great. So massive shout out to OnAir, because it's looking absolutely brilliant, right? Absolutely brilliant. Now the other thing was, so for key binding, Ross, I put this in, I made up a bit of a document, right? And it's, if you go down onto our Discord and go down into pilot ops and live stream flight plans, there's a Dauphin live stream guide in there. And when you open it, where is it? It'll open a Word document. This entire document is only about, what, 10 pages of that? But if you scroll down, it's an introduction to the aircraft. These are my stream notes, but they should be helpful for you, right? Getting started. Essential control bindings. Back down there. These are the essential ones. You need these. Must have. The rest you can mess around with, but them ones you absolutely need. Alright? So they're in that document. As I said, it's like, oh, it's 24 pages. Oh, Jesus. But it goes into more about the aircraft and procedures and, you know what I mean? But it was just a guide I made for me stream. Which, if you're looking at it, I use Claude for this kind of stuff. Sometimes ChatGPT, but with AI, when I use AI, you can't let it do the work, as in you need to provide it with the information and say, right, this is what I'm trying to do. Just frame it. I find Claude very good for that. It just lines it all out better for you, and it, like, you can see where you're typing in stuff. Murph's tip for the stream: it isn't a helicopter, it's your muscle. It isn't a helicopter you muscle around, it rewards smoothness. So, like, I don't read this word for word, but they're good little kind of key points and stuff there. Alright? So that's what it is. I tend not to make, I use these for me, but if this is helpful for you lads, by all means, go ahead and grab it. Alright? Right. Now we need to go and look at our VATSIM flights for this evening. So we're going to exit back out of this. And now we're going to have a look at planning our flight for tonight. We're taking out the 737 MAX, which has a brand new Firefly Air livery with thanks to Cyrus T. Is she in this one? I think it is. Hey gal, you take it fierce handy, bud. She's not that one. 166. Is that the one? Yep. 189 seats. Okay. So we're going to go with a Firefly Air livery. And we'll go to our VATSIM stuff. Will Naughty pass the test for this week, friends? Absolutely has. Ah, Naughty. Right, so we're going to load into Sierra Echo Lima Tango. I got these over in Sim Market this morning. So I don't know if they're any good, these airports. We'll check it out now in a second, though. Not going to bother with a jetway. That's a fuel box. We'll park ourselves in here. It's early in the morning. So as that's loading in with the MAX, this is our flight for this evening. So we're going to be departing out of Cotopaxi International Airport. And we're heading over to El Dorado. Right? Was it Ecuador to Colombia? Is that what it is? And we can see our information here. Block time tonight, about 1:45, right? And we have some options then on where to get free scenery. There's decent free scenery on flightsim.to. I just went and grabbed the payware ones, just in case people are thinking, hey, should I grab one of these? You know what I mean? So, Sarah man, good to see you. Naughty Gnome, good man yourself. Nutty Taff is here, welcome aboard. Sheffy is here. Tis yourself flying the Dauphin, I'm telling you. Well, we just finished that, Sheffy, but yeah. It's flawless at Pimax Crystal Super. Oh, you're using the OLED one VR Pilot. I haven't tried the OLED one yet. Interesting. Now, while we're here, let's go over the sim brief. And while we're there, let's look at the VATSIM radar. And while we're there, we also need to be checking out Venture Sky. So let the sim will take a few minutes because I don't think I've loaded in this variant yet. Right, we're going from where did we say it was? Was it Ecuador? Yeah, Ecuador. Esmeraldas. Cotopaxi. Is that near Quito? Mobin, good to see you. Search for a location. Cotopaxi. Cotopaxi, is it? There we go. Ah, we're over here. Right. Yeah, so we're near Quito. Right, okay. Alright. So we're on the northwest coast. So we're going to be flying from here up to Bogota. So we're going to have a look at the weather first. Aircraft. Oh, look at the state. Hello. Now, are my views working? This is going to be the main thing. No, we need to import views. Diddly-dee, diddly-dee. Import. I fly. Import. Unload. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 7, 8, 9. Exterior. Right, okay, we're looking good here. Now, settings, wallpaper, Firefly Air. Go back. Ground services. One of those. I want this aircraft to have a Jetstar. My plane. Airstair, they call it, isn't it? Yeah. Here we go. And then we'll go to doors, Airstair, and door. Quiet. That's all coming in there now. Also, I want to make sure that my SimApp Pro detects all of this. I was trying to get Jamie up and running on this. It wasn't working for him. I wonder did it work for him now. He was having issues with it. We shall have to wait and see. SimApp Pro. It's going to say there's updates, and I'm going to say you can shag off. Because I just want this to work. Give it a second to initialize. I'm waiting for my screen in front of me to turn off. If this turns off, then we know it works. Bottom. Serbiki looks really nice, doesn't it? Hasn't done it yet. Why hasn't it done it? No bueno. How do we... And more importantly, why isn't this working? SimApp Pro. I mean, you know what I mean? It should be working. It should. This should just start automatically, shouldn't it? We'll grab the update and see what this does. Nutty Tav. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out as to why this isn't working. We'll have to wait and see. How are you? All right. No, you can't. We don't have bread. No, we've wraps.
Wrap the ham. Your bread is from.
It's from 1977. Yeah, grab a wrap in there.
Thank you very much.
Carry on.
I'm having a wrap.
He's having a wrap. That's a wrap, yeah. Had to restart the sim after updating the config file. You got it working with the FAA. Oh, right. How did we get it working? Do I have to... No, do you have to go in and edit the delivery file? Is it? Balls. Actually, that's important information because this is where Jamie is stuck and hopefully this will unstick him. Okay, stand by. My understanding is I don't need to exit the sim to do this. Check this out. Now, need to find what this is, and we need to go. It's wrong for SimOff Pro. Yeah. We need to go into the shortcut for community shortcut. Now, this could be genius. Now, what is the file called by Cyrus? Where is this now? iFly. It'd be under iFly, wouldn't it? iFly Max. There it is. Layout. So sim objects, aeroplanes, and it's going to be into the aircraft CFG. And that. Yeah, we need to change that. Right. So let me see. What do I go for? Airplanes. iFly. Sim objects, airplanes. We need to open this one. We're going to call you that. We're now going to call you all right. We're going to call you that. We're going to call you that. That looks good to me. We're going to save this. Close that. And go back into this. And try this. Let's see what happens. This may or may not work, lads. That's not good. My whole plane disappeared. Balls! Ah, Jesus. I had one job, lads. I had one job. Yeah, okay. I broke something. Hang on. We'll fix this. I know why I know how I broke it. So I had that once. Pressing restart worked. Really? As in, you reckon it's the sim that did that? I reckon I did that. Okay, let's see. Oh, look, there she is there now. No, now it disappeared again. It's delivery. Hang on, I need to fix this. It's trying to read the file and then it goes, uh-oh. I have one here. You're okay. I have one here. Yeah, no, it's upsetting the laws of gravity here. End flight. Diddle-diddle-diddle, diddle-diddle-diddle. This is why we do these things live. Right, downloads. We'll have to fix this the old-fashioned way. Right, so we're looking for the Sim objects, airplanes, aircraft CFG. Right. I need the base container. Oh, I need this one. Title. Oh, that's okay. I reckon I'm changing the wrong one, you see. Abdullah's here, good to see you. So, which one are you, what one are you changing, Naughty? I fly 737 Max 8. You're just changing that one. Texture. Right. Right. You change the title too. Ah, maybe that's what I didn't do. Oh, wait now. Hang on a second. Did I just do something wrong? No, that's right. You changed the title. Right. Save. Close. Impulse 100, the most terrible plane, orbits of terrible landmarks. I will not buy anything from Sim Market. Ah, shukra. Why is this disappearing on me? I know why it's disappearing on me. Because the aircraft config file, it knows it's changed, but it doesn't have the data in which it can load. So we'll just restart the sim. This should fix it now. Right, so the solution is, I need to talk to Jamie, hang on. Jamie. Update. You need to edit the livery too, especially if using a custom livery. So you need to open that livery, sim objects, aircraft CFG, and change the name in there to right. Hopefully that gets Jamie sorted. Pressing too many buttons again. Yes. No, it was. I'm trying to load in the. So Cyrus updated the livery for the Max, and it's gorgeous. There's an extra layer of head scratching because I can't get me wing control to detect, because the wing control need to do an update. Simple as that, and they just haven't updated yet. Or iFly need to update the shagging thing. It's one or the other, right? It's between the two of them. I can edit the iFly folder and call it something that wing control knows is a 737 Max in order to get that working. So there's no point Cyrus doing that to his livery because that'll break it for everyone. Do you know what I mean? So that's what we're doing. Or at least that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to do. Where's this now? I see questions on our Discord about monitor cleaning. Is Dougal in the chat? Dougal, are you here? Just say present. If you're looking for a screen cleaner that is the Mutz Watsits, it's called Duronic. You get it on Amazon. Duronic. Duronic. Duronic screen cleaner. You can put it on your TV, your glasses, iPads, you name it. This stuff is excellent. And I'm missing the cap off it. I lost that yesterday. I couldn't find it. Couldn't find it, lads. It's gone, you know. Killian, good to see you. What are we doing on stream today? We finished our flying element. We're going to do some planning now for our VATSIM flight. I'm just trying to get the aircraft configured. We have a flight tonight out of Ecuador into Colombia, flying the 737 MAX, and it's going to be on VATSIM. That's going to be at 1900 Zulu this evening. So what we're doing now is just a kind of a briefing, bit of a briefing, right? Where's Dougal? At Dougal. At Dougal. Your OnAir screen cleaner. It's on Amazon. Blue bottle is the Mutz. What's it's? He'll know exactly what that is. Right, we're just loading up in the sim here now, and let's see what happens. Flight, unload. And while the sim is loading, we shall go and look at the weather. So tonight we will be departing out of here at 1900 Zulu. It's hot as balls, look. 30 degrees, and by the time we get to Bogota at around 10 o'clock, it's going to be, well, it's high up, so it's going to be between kind of 15 and 32 degrees. Bogota is very high altitude. Amazon. I forgot the G. Malky, you're too quick. Right. So that's all grand. What about the wind? So the wind, let's have a look. 4 knots coming in from the west, southwest, and we're landing probably into a southerly wind. Also 4 or 5 knots. It's calm winds, right? Now, what about our cruise? Jeez, it's almost nothing. 4 or 5 knots. It'll have a small component on us on the aircraft, but winds are calm all over the shop, which is great. Brilliant. Let us now look at cloud coverage. So the clouds, when we're flying out of here, it's going to be cloudy, 40 to 70%. And when we get inside to Bogota, Malky, that's fantastic. Termu. What's Termu? It's Timu. Ah, brilliant. Into Bogota, it's going to be around 40. It'll be cloudy-ish. Cloudy-ish. Is there any precip on the way? Yeah. Ooh. What time is this kicking off at? Jesus, Murphy, buttons everywhere. It is moving in, but we probably won't see it. So we're going to have, when we depart, just thunderstorms already moving in. So it could be raining when we're departing here this evening. There's a big thunderstorm moving in, and then we have to fly over it and go to Bogota. Right? Right. Firefly 235. Aircraft is going to be a 737 MAX 8. An hour 50 block. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, let's generate this. This could be fun. It absolutely could. Now, hopefully this has solved my headache. I seem to be missing a max. Well, that's not good. Houston, we have a problem. We're missing a 737 MAX. This isn't good at all. Very strange. I must have done something stupid. Boeing 737. I'm after breaking something. The MAX 8200. Right? The MAX 189 seat aircraft. I'm missing the 189. This is a little bit worrying. It's in there. Model 189, texture. I fly 737 MAX 178 seat. I fly 737 MAX 166 seats. '77 MAX 189 seat. '737 MAX 8200. Why did this suddenly break? Huh. This is an issue. Drop you in there. Aircraft. Base container. I fly 737 MAX. Should be just that. Yeah. That looks right. Title. I fly 737 MAX. Required for proper UI identification. That's okay. Model 189 seat. That's where I think it's given it a bother, is it? Let's check the aircraft. I fly. Airplanes, 189 seats. Aircraft CFG. You know, they're all correct. Should be under the 166 and variants. You know, I know that, but the issue I'm having, right? The issue I'm having is it didn't know the aircraft at all. Why would it not do that? Do you know? Why would she do that? Close that as well. Right, we'll try it again. Troubleshooting. Welcome to troubleshooting. It's what we do. We don't do much else. It's always about troubleshooting. You only look deliveries for the 166 seat one. No, because it's missing the 189. I'm missing an entire aircraft. Do you know what I mean? So the MAX should give you 3 aircraft to choose from. Isn't that right? The 8200, the 66, and the 89. Whatever is after happening, it's removed the 189 variant. Briggsy, yes, we've done our heli-ops this morning. Why do you have to amend the files? It's because the wing control Boeing MCP doesn't pick it up. Which is a pain in the arse. They need to update it. Do you know? It's in the variants of the 166 seat. Yeah, but why would it remove the 189? You open the 166, go to variants to pick it. Sure. But when you look at your aircraft list inside the sim and you put in iFly, does it show you 2 or 3 aircraft for the 737? I imagine it shows you 3. You have 2. All right. But why wouldn't it load delivery then? Very strange. We'll see what happens. Maybe this sorted it. Just by deleting the file, putting it back in again. Do you know what I mean? We should be, well, we could be lucky. I need a new Dauphin, as I said, because, well, I just need to repair the rotors. But I think once you break these, they're shagged. Aren't they? Isn't it cool looking, though? Isn't it absolutely deadly? Dauphins are just excellent helicopters. I love them. I need to get a new one of those. Jeez, the front gear is shagged. There we go. Right, let us allow the sim to load and we're going to have a look to see what the crack is. Again, while we're waiting, because this is just taking ages. Right, so there's a flight plan. 36,000 feet, that'll do. Okay, let's grab this now inside in SimBrief. Not in SimBrief, in Navigraph. Navigraph. Right. Import the flight from SimBrief. And let's have a look at tonight's flight. So flight time we reckon is about an hour 50, give or take. And this is what it's looking like here now. Departures, we do have departures. But we're planning a non-standard one, so that'll do, right? We're departing out of runway 19er, so we'll vector ourselves around and up. If ATC are on, they're going to tell us what to do, right? So it's up to the Crito VOR, and then we're all the way up until we get to here. Now, I thought we had an arrival. We do. So why isn't it giving me the GUR 5 arrival? Q Dog, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. So there's the arrival, but why don't I have a chart? Approach star. Is there no star? Let's see. The GUR 5E, right? So why can't I see the charts? Many approaches covered by one chart, I think, so Navigraph doesn't know which one to pin, so it doesn't. Ah. Okay, we're planning runway 14 right. ILS Yankee from AMV. Where's AMV? No. From the GUR 5A to approach. We're flying in all the way up here and we're planning for runway 14. Right? So here's the airport. 14 right is what we're aiming for. You're away. Catch you later, buddy. 14 right. So it'll be final, I suppose. Hey, Lord Freed is here. Good to see you, buddy. Right, I need to manually pin the chart for this as well. So an arrival. Let's have a look at this one. No. Oh. That looks kind of right, doesn't it? Yeah. Pin. Right. NORs 1 to 5. NORs 1 to 5. Right, that'll do. Now, let me see. The 5 Echo We're coming in from, where is it? Is it Tollum? No, we're coming directly in from the VOR. Coming straight in from down here. Gerardot. And then it's in this way. Okay, so speed restrictions, max 270. That's okay. A good few constraints. That's because it's altitude. Look at the height, lads. 17,000, look. Jesus. Jacko says, ended up buying the SA35 after, or SA65 after the last stream. And your HOTAS is after braking, so you're trying to use your Xbox controller. Oh no, really? Jesus. Right, okay. ILS approach then. We'll pick us up from here. And then we're in. We'll come in the top way. Missed approach is going to be climb to 13,000 on the RNAV. Missed approach track to Amve via BO680. So it's a turn around this way, look. Jesus, the high terrain is going to be interesting here, lads, isn't it? Okay, happy enough. That. Now, are we going to have the aircraft? Let us see. Okay, so the 166 seats. No Firefly Air livery. What is going on? What am I missing? How odd is that? Like, it's in my community folder. Try this one. That's weird. Why is it only giving me one livery for the Ryan airplane? There's something not right here. This is shagged. I'm after breaking something. Stupid thing. Back into this joke for a minute. It now thinks that livery shouldn't be there. If I'm thinking about this correctly, that shouldn't be there. Because the iFly Jets default, even though it says it's 166 seats, yeah, that's freaking weird, isn't it? What a break in this, lads. This is a pain in the hole. Kill the sim here for a minute. And let us repair this aircraft. Which means I now need to go back and do all my stuff, right? License is okay. Validate the install. Yes. There were errors. Player C, PC errors. Do not send errors. It's only to validate a clean install. So I found errors. File change. Yeah, so look, it's not liking that at all. Sim, objects, airplanes, aircraft CFG. No, that's okay. I did that myself. Do I need to rebuild the layout? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Like, for instance, if I go into my community folder, here's my community folder, right? And if I look at the iFly, there it is from Cyrus, right? There's something missing here. Right now. There's something missing here. Texture is, that's the cabin. Right. Delete that. Download a fresh copy from the website. We're having hours of fun. Downloads. 24. Download. Right. Downloads. Right, so we're looking for these two. It shouldn't be that. There's our Firefly Air one. So that's that file is. I'll replace the shagging two of them just to be sure. Right. You need to go in your delivery. Why can't I do this properly? Right. There you. Why not try SPAD? Ah, no, it's. I'd have to set everything up in SPAD. Don't really want to do that. Right, that's all fine. So now we need to edit this yoke. Sim objects, airplanes, iFly, aircraft CFG. And we're changing you to that. And this. And that's it. Save. Close. Close. Also close. Close. Now let's see what happens here. We'll try it again. The only change was to our livery. All the others are per install. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's weird. Captain Anubis, hope you're well, buddy. Troubleshooting with Murph, lads. It's exciting times, this, you know. But it's just a matter of searching for the profile, double click it, and you're up and running. With SPAD, yeah. I suppose you could use SPAD. I have returned, loading up for a short Shamrock flight from Cork to Dublin. And yourself, Schuller. Yeah, it is what it is. Well, figure out the aircraft anyway. I'll try not to bore the crap out of you with that. But for our flight tonight anyway, it's fairly straightforward. Our departure, there's no standard departure. This is all high altitude stuff. Like the airport elevation here is massive as well. You know? Airport elevation is 9,000 feet. We're just shy of 12,000 feet on our runway length. So we're going to be heading up down to the northeast. And then we get over to here to the VOR, the Gerardot. And then we ramble all the way in this way. And then we're going to go final for a runway 14 right arrival into El Dorado, which is in Bogota, which is a big airport. Big airport. So I'm happy enough with our flight, as in direction and procedures and whatnot, right? That's all grand. The other challenge that I'm going to have now, of course, is let me see. The other gadget I want to look at now is just to make sure that this works. This is a big scratch ahead moment. It is. I've no idea. No Simo Pro needed at all. Yeah. Which is probably cleaner. Like I use MobiFlight as well. I could use SPAD. I probably should be using SPAD. This is one of these times where Roy's going to suggest something and I'll be like, no, it's grand. And then, you know, Murph, why didn't you just do what Roy said? The very same thing happens with Gibbo. Very same. Should we see what happens? Right. If this doesn't work, I don't know what's wrong with the aircraft. I might have to try a full reinstall of the aircraft, but like, it doesn't make sense to me, you know? You're sworn by SPAD since 2021. I do have SPAD. Like, I do have SPAD.next. I've paid for the second thing. We could do that. We could do that. This should work, though. You know? It did work. It used to work, right? Actually, I wonder, is it missing liveries? Is it missing liveries? Retrieving data. All variants. Only installed. But there's new versions for everything. I wonder. Oh, Jesus. I wonder. Is that the issue? Was it the case that there was an update needed? Do you know? Let us see, let us see, let us see. It's only starting to load this now, so we should have got in. Use it on ETS with your flight controls. No way, really? No update on SimOp Pro. No, not yet, Schuller, no. No. Right, Air Canada. Unpacking. DDDD. Right, they're all in. And that's the 1.1.0.1. All right. Right, let's see if it works now. Jays, I hope it works now. Just as well we're doing this now, though, and not tonight when we're trying to fly. You know what I mean? It'll be great crack. Have you realized the HUD of my iFly Manager is the same as the others like PMDG? The HUD of the iFly Manager is the same as the others like PMDG. The HUD. Not really, Briggsy. Well, they're probably similar stuff. Yeah, no, you're right, actually. They are similar. Yeah, they are similar. There's similarities between them. The layout is kind of the same. Yeah. Yeah, the layout. Right. Cross your fingers, toes, teeth, eyes, the whole shag and lot. This is like, I'm perplexed. Right. 166. No, didn't like it. 166. Didn't like it. 178. No. 178. No. 189. No. 189. No. 166. Why isn't it seeing delivery? This is so strange. Any ideas why it's doing that? You should never need to alter the CFG. One mistake and the plane has disappeared because I wanted delivery manager in the tool I was building, but it messed the whole thing up. Ah. Naughty, did you have to regenerate the aircraft when you change the livery file? As in the layout generator? No? Hey Sprockets, good to see you, bud. This is a giant pain in the ass. Delivery is not even being detected. How is that even possible? You just changed 2 lines and it worked. Like the plane is loading, right? Well, we'll double check that. It appears to be loading. Load this gadget. Oh Jesus, hang on, things are broken here. What is going on here? Okay, this could be a broken plane, so. There's Norwegian. There's the default. And we have an Alaskan in there as well. Right. It's 166 seats anyway, isn't that? That's the one we wanted? So let's just load this guy in for the minute. SETL. And Jesus. The airport, lads. The airport. SELT. Right, try this again. Yeah, Murphy's Law, yeah. What can go wrong will go wrong. It's you know, it's a Murphy thing. Right. The airplane has appeared, which is good news. Just might take a while for it to load. And after doing this, I wonder, am I doing this correctly? This should load it. I never had to change the livery CFG before, though. With the other aircraft I'm using. Do you know what I mean? We'll figure it out. It's taking a moment to load, which usually takes a few minutes. Livery not working. Yeah. So, when I first loaded in, the livery worked just fine. Then, my wind control didn't detect it. So it says, right, I'll edit the file inside in the livery. And now that's completely shagged it. There's one other thing I'll test after this. But I'll probably do that offline. Because this is going to bore the absolute crap out of you lads. Do you know? But yeah, we'll test one more thing and then hopefully we're running for later on. You know. Back now. Hope you didn't crash the Dauphin. No, all was well, Stu. All was well. We're just loading up our flight or our VATSIM flight for tonight. We're just having issues loading a livery. Plane there. Now don't disappear, plane. Just don't disappear. This is looking promising. Sorta. D. This could be a full reinstall of this airplane if this doesn't work. Sim is now frozen. Ah, Jesus, lads. Bum bottom. Hello? It's Murph. Do the thing, will you? Work! It doesn't want to work. This stupid thing. Ah, Jesus. Yeah. Can't wait for the native version of the Max. It's dead, Jim. Yeah, well and truly barked now. Won't even load the shagging thing. Right, lads, I'm going to take this offline and shout at it for a while. Because that's all I can do. And reinstall the Max because it's absolutely fecked. But we'll be back in a few hours. We will do this flight. We're doing the flight. And yeah, we'll be back in a couple of hours. So, thank you all so very much indeed for tuning in. We had great fun with OnAir and with the Dauphin. And yeah, I'll figure out this one. And you might hear me shouting. Ah, he'll say in a proud and happy voice. Right, we'll see you in a few hours. We're back at 1900 Zulu. Until then, have a good one. Ready for this to give up? I'm a little teapot short.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Here is me handle, and here is me spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Just tip me over and pour me out. Ah, Jesus! Oh, stop! You see? She looks like your man. Oh no, it's a him. Oh Jesus. It looked like your one, Katie Taylor. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a great fight and then I boxed the head off him. Brilliant. Holy crap. Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. We're going in, that's it. There's no turning back at this stage. Jesus, mind the bears. Look at this big Jesus. Oh no, we're actually dying. Quick, get out. Oh no, we're Jesus. Ouch. Ooh. Armin Addict inbound. Careful now, careful now. Pull up, pull up. Beautiful. What a landing. So we've Gregor inbound. Microsoft, it's Murph. Someone clip this if you can. Do you hear the sounds? I've been blaming aircraft developers. Asobo or Microsoft need to fix this. Do you hear the noise?